Hello, it's Chantel here, and you are watching Studio Expansion TV, bringing you more passion, more profits, and more purpose to your studio. In this video, we're going to talk about one of the most challenging things that can happen in the life of a studio director. In many ways, it is the ultimate betrayal. It's when one of your teachers who you have mentored and nurtured and had as a friend working in your studio for many, many years goes out and opens their own studio nearby, leaving you devastated, but also in a position where you now have this competitor that you've got to deal with who knows all of your trade secrets in many ways. So how do you move forward when one of your teachers opens their own studio nearby? The risk that can happen is that in your hurt and anger and resentment of them doing this to you, it can be quite consuming. And this is not the direction that we want to go. If you're feeling like you start talking to people about it and you're watching their every move and you're watching their marketing, you're analyzing everything they do with a fine-tooth comb, what it does in many ways is it takes your attention off your own studio, and that is not what we want to do. In some ways, if you can think of, if this has happened to you, and if it has, it's awful to go through, but in some ways it can really be a positive. I'm going to try and show you how this can be a positive thing. So the first thing to know is that if someone has opened up near you, the good thing is that you've probably taught them most things that they know, okay? So you know all the tricks in their book. That being said, this is now a chance for you to go to the next level in your studio. This is, in many ways, it's a call to action for you, a chance for you to step things up and go a different way. They're going to do their own thing. We can't control it, okay? And it's pointless for us to even try. And the more energy that we devote towards stewing on them and like, how could they do this to me? It's not serving anyone. So, I mean, have your time. Have a bottle of wine, have some Doritos, eat some chocolate, and definitely, grieve that process and then step up. Now let's go, okay, well that's happened. Where am I going to take my studio? What am I going to do? We need to innovate. We need to, if they're going that way, we need to go this way, and we're going to create something new in our studio. The best advice I can give you in this time is to stay in your own lane. Swim your own race. They're going to do what they're going to do. We can't control it, so we just need to focus in on our studio. One of the biggest impacts that can happen at this time is retention. You can be quite concerned that that studio is going to poach some of your students over to it. So now is the time to totally zero in, build all those connections with your current students. We need to be delivering the wow factor in your studio. So we need to be giving them what I call shiny disco balls, things that excite them, that are coming up and going, this is the studio for you to stay at. This is why we are so great, and this is why you wouldn't think about learning anywhere else. Drill home and reinvest in your current students to kind of get you through this kind of maybe a bit of tumultuous time and into the next phase. The other thing to be aware of is really communicating with the parents and with your team, with your teachers, the values, where you're taking the studio, why you value them, what's important in the studio, and start again just kind of communicating to them, this is where we're going and we want you on board. We need to kind of make them feel connected and like really rein in the relationships that you have with your teachers. That's super, super important. Retention of students and teachers at this time is so important. Share the love. Give them that sense of connection that they're going to be looking for. Now, there are a few things that you could do right now to help set up your studio and protect your studio in case this ever happens to you. The first thing to do is to ensure in all your teacher contracts that there is a clause where they are not able to actively pursue students on your studio's database. And that is so important, and you would give it for a time period, whether it's 12 months or something like that. Another clause that you can have into your teacher contracts is that they are unable to operate within a certain circumference or radius, beg your pardon, of your studio. So you would have an exclusivity zone so that they are unable to operate within 5 miles of your studio, something like that, where you're covering yourself legally from them taking that action. But I think at the end of the day, if we come back to the knowledge that you've been around for longer, you've been in the game, you know what the business is like, you have the experience not only to sustain but to thrive as well. I gotta say, I've seen this happen so many times. I've had clients who literally a studio has opened up a stone's throw away. I mean, literally a stone's throw away. And when that happens, it is so, it's all consuming. But know that you are the market leader. You're in that position for a reason, and you've got everything all the resources you need to push through this time as you have overcome other challenges in the past and make a total success of it. So what I would love to learn from you is, if you have been through this or something similar, please let us know in the comments below what advice you would have for a studio director who is going through this experience. It's so confronting, it's so demoralizing, and people need a little bit of support, and it can be very isolating as a studio director. So by you sharing your wisdom and your little gems of information below, it's going to really help someone who needs that support. Now, if you have a friend who is a studio director who's going through something like this right now, please send this video on to them. Share this video and give them that little bit of a, motivation. You will get through this. We just need to kind of step up our own game, focus on what we're doing in our studio, and pay no attention to what they're doing. Let them be. We can't control them. Just zero in on the relationships and the innovation you're creating in your own studio. Did you like this video? If you loved it, you can subscribe to our Studio Expansion TV YouTube channel and get all the updates. And if you're looking for more insights into how you can create the most magnificent studio in your area, head on over to studioexpansion.com and register for our email updates, where I'm going to give you every week new insights into how to attract more students, how to systemize your studio and automate your business. You're gonna love it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time on Studio Expansion TV.